evening and welcome to the February 1st, 2024 meeting of the Falmouth Zoning Board of Appeals. I'd ask everyone to take a moment, please silence their cell phones. I'd like to start off by introducing members of the board. Starting at the audience's left and moving to the right is Gerald Patamus. He is an associate member. This is Frank Duffy, who is a full voting member. Mark Finneran, who's a full voting member. My name is James Morse. I'm a full voting member. Suzanne Murphy, who is a full voting member, currently serving as our clerk. And we have Scott Peterson, who is a full voting member and currently serving as the vice chair. We're also joined this evening by Noreen Stockman, our zoning administrator, and Ashley DeMello, our recording secretary. The Zoning Board of Appeals is charged with applying the state's zoning statutes as well as the town's zoning bylaws and reviewing and voting on applications. All decisions are made through the public hearing process. Our goal is to hear testimony from the applicants and the public and to allow for a full and fair discussion of a project prior to rendering a decision. To begin each hearing, the clerk will read the public announcement for the hearing and read pertinent information from the file. The applicant or the applicant's representatives will then have 15 minutes to make a presentation. Time may be extended by vote of the board. The board will then question the applicant. Next, the public will be invited to comment. Public comment should be directed at the project. Please refrain from making personal or derogatory statements. They can include an opinion in favor or opposition or to ask a question about the project. Comments should be limited to 2 minutes. The chair will limit discussion in the interest of time if comments become repetitive. All members of the public wishing to speak should wait to be recognized by the chair. Come to the podium. Please state your name and address for the record. Please speak into the microphone. It does not amplify your voice, but is provided for the benefit of FCTV viewers. The board may continue the hearing to a future date and time. Otherwise, when the board is satisfied that enough information has been presented to make a decision, the hearing will be closed. Once a hearing is closed, no more testimony will be taken. The board will then discuss the proposal amongst themselves and make a motion to approve or deny an application. The motion will be followed by a summary of key findings and conditions. The affirmative vote of 4 members, a supermajority, is required for the approval of special permits, variances, or appeals. A split vote of 3 to 2 is a failure to carry and would result in a denial. Any zoning board of appeals decisions may be appealed as provided for in Mass General Law, Chapter 48, Section 17. First up on tonight's agenda is executive session pursuant to General Laws 30A, Section 21A3, for discussion and vote on a potential appeal to the Housing Appeals Committee of Safe Harbor decision of the Executive Office of Housing and Livable Communities dated 1/19/24 regarding application 09323 Falmouth Southerly LLC, 0 and 375 Sandwich Road, East Falmouth. As chair, I'm making a preliminary determination of the need for such executive session. Is there a motion to go into executive session for the stated purpose?
So moved.
Give that to Mr. Finneran, second by Mr. Patamus. Roll call vote, please.
Jerry Patamas, aye.
Duffy, aye.
Finneran, aye.
Morse, aye.
Murphy, aye.
Peterson, aye.
All right, we are in executive session. Sorry if everyone just got comfortable, but at this point I would ask that the public adjourn
We will return to
we will
open
return,
session
yes.
immediately after.
Thank you, Noreen. I've just asked if people to step outside until we've concluded our executive session. Thank you. Next up, we have continuations. First, our continuation list is 08423, Falmouth Resort Owners LLC, 350 Quaker Road, North Falmouth, modification of existing special permits to construct 4 duplex structures over the existing tennis courts and convert a portion of an existing office building into an additional unit. I believe this is a request for a continuation.
Yes, Mr. Chair. For the record, Kevin Clower. As I indicated in my email to Ms. Stockman yesterday, we've been engaged in significant discussions with the attorney for the association. We believe that we have the framework of some changes that would make the project more palatable to a number of the abutters. We're in the process of effectuating those changes, but we need some time to revise the plans and continue our discussions. So we are requesting a continuation, and Attorney McCormick confirmed that in a separate email to Ms. Stockman yesterday.
I believe the request is to go to March 14th.
If that's the next date, then yes.
Any board discussion? Is there a motion to continue to March 14th?
Yes.
Is that Mr. Duffy? Is there a second?
Second.
Give that to Mr. Peterson. Any discussion on the motion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? That's a vote. Would you mind signing a
Of course not.
continuation request? Oh, 2-1. Both writing.
This one's been a long year.
Yeah, no kidding.
January's always a long year. Thanks.
Next up are continuations. We have 09523 Marquis, 594 Palmer Avenue, Falmouth, appealing the building commissioner's cease and desist order and notice of violations. I believe we've had a request to withdraw. Did that come in?
We have, it should be attached to the top of the file. We have a request signed by counsel for the applicant to withdraw the appeal.
Is there a motion to allow the withdrawal?
Yes.
Give that to Mr. Duffy, second Mr. Finneran. Any discussion on the motion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Vote. And that concludes continuations. Next up, we have new hearings. 10723 Insurance Marketing Agencies Incorporated, 366 Minot Road, 470 Acapasket Road, East Falmouth, requesting a special permit to allow a business office within the existing marina office.
We have Insurance Marketing Agencies, Inc., 366 Minot Road in East Falmouth. Applied to the Zoning Board of Appeals for a special permit pursuant to Sections 240, 6.4 of the Code of Falmouth to allow a business office within the existing marina office. The subject properties are 366 Minot and 470 Acapasket Road in East Falmouth. And from town boards, we have assessors, no comment. Board of Health, no comment. Engineering. This application was reviewed for impacts to public rights-of-way and public utilities. Minot Road and Acapasket Road are public rights-of-way in this area. No alterations are proposed to the right-of-way. Any changes within the right-of-way would require filing a permit with the engineering division. No site work is proposed. Number 3, there appears to be several businesses on these two parcels. The town has 470 Acapasket Road for the northern parcel and 366 Minot for the southern parcel. The current town policy for addresses is each parcel is assigned a street number and subdivision within each parcel is assigned a secondary address. It isn't clear what the subdivision on these lots are. We recommend that the applicant contact the engineering division to assign secondary addresses to this facility. We defer to the board if this should be cleared up before a decision on this application is made or if a condition in any approval shall be included. Planning has no comment. Concom, no comment. Fire, no comment. So that's what I have. No letters?
And there were some previous special permits on the file.
Yes.
Decisions. Anything else?
Nope.
Good evening. For the applicant.
Good evening again. For the record, Kevin Clower, I'm an attorney here in town, and I'm before you this evening representing George Thorogood and through him, the Insurance Marketing Agencies, Inc. They're seeking permission to use a portion of the marine zone land at this property for a separate business office. 366 Minot Road and 470 Acapasket together form the property occupied by the Green Pond Yacht Club. It's located at the corner of Acapasket and Minot Road. The combined lot's about 50,000 square feet. It is a marine zone. The entirety of it's a marine zone. There are a few businesses located on this site, all of which are marine related. You have the Green Pond Yacht Club, you have Green Pond Tackle, which handles boat sales and service and moorings. Freedom Boat Club is on this property. And there is an office building that relates to those existing allowed uses. Being honest with you, I'm not sure that I've ever submitted an application of this nature. We don't have a lot of land that's zoned specifically for marine use, and that land is, typically used for marine purposes.
I had to look up the standards myself. I was very
It's,
unfamiliar with this.
I've handled, I don't know how many of these I've done, but it's a good amount, and I don't know that I've ever done one of this nature. So the applicant's requesting permission to use a small portion, approximately 207 square feet, of the office building for a non-marine use. It's an insurance office, which it turns out a marina is a good location for that because all of those boats need insurance. Section 246.4B of the bylaw allows for business use, provided it's not more than 50% of the floor area of the structures on the property and less than 25% of the overall lot area. In this instance, the buildings total approximately 8,700 square feet. We're proposing 207 square feet be used for a business office. I think it's fair to say that's well below the 50% floor area allowed. The board is asked to consider whether or not the non-marine use is more than 25% of the lot area and not more than 50% of the total floor area, whether the proposal impinges on public amenities or is a threat to public health and safety or an unreasonable liability to the property owner. Here, this is far below the allowed threshold. There's no impact on public amenities. There's no effect on public health and safety. There's no additional liability. The applicant's proposal, I think, is very modest in scope for the site. It allows the conduct of their business, which is complementary to the marine zone, and results in no adverse effects. I believe this meets all the requirements of 246.4B, 6.4C, and also 12.1E. I'd be happy to address any questions that the board might have, but otherwise I believe that you can issue the special permit.
Questions from the board? Start with you, Mr.
I have no questions. I think it's a good fit, quite honestly, so, other than it's such an oddity, don't see too many of them, but I'm fine with it.
Where's the demarcation between the two lots?
It's really used as one lot. The line runs almost exactly to the north of this building. It's used as one lot. It's effectively merged.
But it has two numbers.
It does, but it's not shown on this because they're merged for all building purposes. They're merged for liquor license purposes, and all the special permits affect both lots. So they view it as one lot, really.
Didn't the engineering ask for a particular address or the other?
I think they would like the specific buildings, whether it's 366 A, B, and C. We're happy to work through that with the engineering department.
Well, it looks like this would be on the Acapesket lot, correct?
It would be, yes.
Yeah. And George Thorogood, not the Delaware Destroyer, is it?
I asked the same question. I said, I have to ask. He goes, I'm not that one. I said, it'd be a lot cooler if you were.
Be bad to the bone, but I'm good.
Frank?
What building is it in again, Kevin?
It's going to be located, this is the office building right here, Mr. Duffy.
Okay. So wouldn't this be appropriate for filing a covenant merging the two lots for building purposes and?
I think it is merged for all intents and purposes, but the minimum lot size in the marine zone is only 20,000 square feet, so it could be re-subdivided at some further date. But they treat it as one lot, it's deeded on one lot.
Not going to the planning board and getting a plan merging the two lots, but filing a covenant.
I mean, it's
just an idea you can think
Yeah.
about. Now, one of the things about this particular parcel, I've been told by people who are very familiar with it and also just passing by, that in the summertime, this is really crowded. Like every parking space is filled. How many parking spaces does an insurance agency need, and are there enough to take care of it?
So there's 61 parking spaces on site. They also have some off-site parking on the abutting property that they use. The 61 spaces, it takes into account all of the existing office space, the yacht club use, and the boat upkeep business as well. That's all been vetted out through the various special permits that have been issued. There is no additional room for parking, but all we're doing is converting this from one office use to a different office use, so it doesn't actually add any parking requirements.
Okay, thank you.
Jerry?
All set, thank you.
I have no questions. Public comment? Seeing none. How would the board like to proceed?
Motion to close?
Motion to close. Is there a second? Second. Mr. Peterson, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Motion hearing is closed. No further testimony will be taken. How would the board like to proceed?
Motion to close with conditions.
Approve.
Approve with conditions, not close it, sorry.
I got you.
I'm still on George Thorogood and the Destroyers.
Mr. Peterson, findings.
Findings, let's see what I have here. It's in a marine zoning district. Overlay is Green Pond. Flood zone is AE 15. It's a 50,000 square foot lot on a public road. What do we have? The applicant submitted they're going to take 207 square feet for the office space. I think.
Existing building in it is 2,300 square feet.
That's about all I have. Findings.
Okay. The performance requirements in 240-6.5C have been met concerning lot coverage.
Mr. Morris, can I just make a quick point? I read 6.5C in the bylaw. It really should be 6.4C. That's a typo in the
6.4C?
bylaw.
6.4C.
I noticed that today.
Performance standards are being met, 6.4C. There's not going to be any excess liability to the property owner. There's no impact to health or safety. It's not going to impact, there's no additional buildings. Previous special permits on file, no impact to sewer, nitrogen, no impact on traffic. testimony is that it will be used for an insurance office in an existing building. Any other findings? Conditions?
Conditions he does with the engineering,
Assigned a secondary act.
yeah.
Yeah, signed secondary actors. Should have had this discussion. I presume no one on the board has any issue with issuing the special permit, just conditioning the issue about the addresses. All right, good. Comply with 99-1 about fixing of numbers and work with the engineering department to resolve address discrepancies.
Deliver the mail.
Any other conditions?
No.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That is a vote.
Thank you very much.
Next up, we have 10923 Durso trustee, 128 Locust Street, Falmouth, requesting a special permit to renovate a portion of the existing dwelling, construct an addition and attached garage with additional living space above.
Let's see, we have Diane Urso, trustee, 128 Locust Street, Falmouth, Mass. Applied to the zoning board of appeals for a special permit pursuant to sections 240-102A, the Code of Falmouth, to renovate a portion of the existing dwelling, construct an addition and an attached garage with additional living space above. Subject property is 128 Locust Street in Falmouth. And from town boards, we have water, no comment. Historical is quite a ruling on this. It's long. I think we can probably just condition.
They've approved.
Yeah, it's approved. Approved on 12/5/23 by historical. Assessors request inspection to addition and secondary cottage prior to sign-off. And we have engineering. This application was reviewed for impacts to public rights-of-way and public utilities. Locust Street is a state right-of-way in this area. A, no work in the right-of-way is shown. Any alterations in the right-of-way could require permission from MassDOT. B, any connections or alterations to public utilities will require permission from the appropriate town department. C, the project must not direct any stormwater runoff to public properties, abutters, or rights-of-way. 2, erosion controls are shown on the plan and appear to be adequate to protect abutting properties. We recommend the following condition be included in any approval. Quotations, construction of this project shall follow the town's soil erosion and sediment controlled standard conditions document, which can be found on the engineering division's page of the town website. References to the Department of Public Works Engineering Division shall be replaced with the Zoning Board of Appeals, who will be the permitting authority. 3, dry wells are shown on the plan for the roof as we typically recommend. That was engineering. Board of Health. This property has a 4-bedroom septic system. There are currently 3 bedrooms in the main house and 1 in the garage, at the carriage house, not the garage. The new studio room above the proposed garage does meet Title V and Falmouth's local Title V addendum definitions of a bedroom, pushing the property to 5 bedrooms.
There was a second submission from Board of Health.
Right. And they have,
It caught me up.
yes, they have fixed that since then. No comment from Fire. Concom, no comment. And that's what I have.
I believe the second Board of Health submission indicated that they had removed one of the bedrooms.
One of
in
the
existing,
bedrooms.
So that the
Correct.
existing septic is
Case
compliant with what's proposed. Emailed Noreen about that and then found
Yep.
the following. I'd scrolled down one page further, I would have answered my own question. For the applicant, good evening, ma'am.
Hi, I'm Diane Durso, and I'm adding an addition, a breezeway.
Can you pull the microphone down closer to your mouth so the people at home can hear you?
I'm adding an addition, the breezeway and the garage with a room on top, and renovating the kitchen.
Anything about the project you'd like us to know?
I think you know it all.
Nothing wrong with brevity. Questions from the board? Jerry?
These plans are wrong because it says remove and install a new septic tank. Now they're saying it's in compliance.
The second, and I don't know if it's in the file, the second one I saw, there was a second referral from Scott McGann indicating that there was reduction of a bedroom inside the house.
But if we
That it would
approve
be-
this per plan said
No, but you can see on the plans where they did remove one of the bedrooms.
Yeah. I think the actual tank is getting moved.
Yes.
That's,
Well, that'd be up to the Board of Health anyway.
yeah, but
Okay.
the stakes indicate that the tank's being moved somewhere else. So I think that might be your
Are you
confusion.
talking about the tanks?
Is that correct, ma'am? The
Yes.
septic tank is going to be moved?
Yes,
Read your stakes.
Thank you.
yeah.
Other questions? Frank?
No, I went out and took a look at the property. I understand what they're doing.
Thank you.
No, I'm fine,
I have no questions.
Does she have to do anything with Board of Health to have the septic tank removed? Do we have to condition any, like,
It's being
further
moved,
inspection?
not
or-
removed. It's just
But-
being moved to a different location.
Yeah, we can.
Title
condition
V has
comply with
jurisdiction.
Some
Board
kind of
Health
inspection?
regulations,
Okay.
yeah. Any other questions?
Just, so the existing bedroom is going to have a new 5-foot cased opening? Okay.
Yes,
Okay, that's all I have. Thank you.
thank you.
Public comment? Seeing none, how would the board like to proceed?
Motion to close.
A motion to close, give that to Mark, second to Stan. Any discussion on the motion? All those in favor of closing, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? We are closed, no further testimony will be taken. How would the board like to proceed?
Motion to approve with conditions.
Motion to approve the
Second.
conditions, second Suzanne. Findings?
Findings, it's in a GR zoning district. The lot is 15,775 on a public road. Existing is 14.3 over 27.9. Proposed is 19.7 over 26.8. We have a lot of comments from historical. I think that's all I have for findings. It's a 240-102A. Yeah.
Not more detrimental. Based on plans, there's no increase in ridge height, so there'll be no impact on the visual nature of the neighborhood. Site is adequate for what is proposed, it is suitable for what is proposed, no impact on traffic, no impact on utilities. Testimony is the septic will be relocated. Testimony is to, will not exceed 4-bedroom, no effect on affordable housing. And historical gave an approval dated 12/5/23 with conditions.
Yep.
Any other findings? Conditions? Per revised plans to indicate cased opening.
Right.
Effective for you?
Yeah.
An applicant indicated septic tank to be
Yep.
moved, not removed.
Comply with any Title V or Board of Health regulations.
That's better.
Assessors to be given inspection prior to sign off.
Right.
Follow town's erosion sediment control standards. Plans.
There are 26 no other structures?
You say comply with the Historic Commission?
Historic.
Yes.
I said that, yeah.
Historical or Board of Health,
All of them.
yeah, must eliminate one bedroom
much.
for the plans.
Work hours?
Standard hours of work. They're gonna, well, there's nowhere to park on Locust Street, so they're gonna have to either keep it on premises or come up with a plan. They can just do that with the police department, maybe if there's need for anything. Maybe.
Appears to be ample parking.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a nice lot, but, any other conditions?
I don't think so.
Jerry, Mark?
All set,
Frank?
thank you.
Okay. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? That's a vote. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
That concludes new hearings. Next, we have open meeting. We have minutes. Noreen, which, are we tabling, what, 118 and 125?
Okay, so the 21st is ready for vote, and then the 4th was just sent, so. it's
Has everyone had opportunity to review January 4th, or we can table if not?
You just got
21st.
'em Just recently.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll
21st
just
we got.
be voting on the minutes of December 21st, 2023. Has everyone had opportunity to review them?
Yes.
Any corrections or additions that need to be made? Is there a motion to approve?
Motion
as
to
submitted?
approve. 21st.
Second.
Second, Suzanne. Any discussion on the motion? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? That's a vote. 1-4, 118, and 125 will be tabled for a later meeting. Board discussion. Mark?
I asked last week for participation of town council in the Sandwich Road project. Am I to assume it's not on there because he was here tonight, and that's a moot point, and he will be attending future meetings? Sandwich Road?
I don't know about future meetings, but he was here tonight,
Well,
so
that was the discussion last week that I asked to be put on this week.
why don't we put it specifically as an agenda item then for 2:15, which is the next meeting?
And that's the next meeting of Sandwich Road, too, so that leaves up in the air whether he's going to be there or not.
Didn't we,
You can reach out if you want to have a discussion with him.
didn't we previously say it's going to be up to town council if they wanted to
Well,
come? I mean, it's,
hence why I asked for this discussion, because there seems to be some controversy here.
there is.
It's not on the agenda this evening, so.
Okay.
That was
I guess
supposed to be, how come it's
specifically-
not on the agenda? I asked for it, and I got no indication that it would not be.
It's not on the agenda, so let's put it
Okay.
on the
Well,
agenda.
let me
for
find out why
2:15.
it wasn't on the agenda. I mean, don't you make the agenda?
Yes, I wasn't at the last meeting.
But you participated at the last meeting.
I was not at the last meeting of the zoning
Did you?
board. I wasn't there that evening.
We were
so.
told that you were watching.
At a future time, not necessarily.
So I probably missed it then, but, yeah, I think it's appropriate that we put it on for discussion then. The next one.
Put it on for 2:15. All right, thank you. Other board discussion? Board updates? Future agenda items?
Do we,
We got that, right?
do
Yes.
we,
On for 2:15.
do we announce the balloon test to the general public?
Yeah, probably a good idea.
I don't know, it's not on the agenda. It's,
Is it on the, yeah,
I mean, board update.
Posted on the website.
okay. Posted on the town's website,
Okay.
DVA's website. Any other future agenda items? Next meeting of the zoning board will be at February 15th, 2024, 6 PM at Lawrence School Auditorium, 113 Lakeview Avenue, Falmouth. Is there a motion to adjourn?
Yes.
Second. Second, Spinnerin. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned.